wasn't until a couple of years ago really that I was brave enough to go round the paddock with a t-shirt on that really showed that I had epilepsy. And when I put pictures out about that, the paddock really warmed to me, and I started to get into conversations and realised that people very near to me were suffering with similar things, or had connections to epilepsy in similar ways. So off the back of that, I approached the Young Epilepsy Charity and came up with this idea that why don't we give people with epilepsy who cannot race. Ultimately, I used to race myself, and when I got diagnosed, I lost my race license. Haven't been able to race since. But why don't we give people with epilepsy a chance to race their heroes, a chance to become racing drivers through sim racing?
Were you worried that your epilepsy, we know it unfortunately stopped your racing, but were you worried it'd have a wider impact on just your motorsport involvement full stop?
A little bit. I mean, obviously, getting around the country when you can't drive is a little bit difficult. But in all honesty, it's actually become quite a positive thing, because it forced me to have to meet people within the paddock. I found myself in going to tracks. I remember the first time I did Formula Renault Eurocup, I arrived at Hockenheim with absolutely no idea how I was going to get to the hotel, then how I was going to get back, and then how I was going to get back to the airport. But then that forced me to meet a load of people, so I've become quite a good passenger for people, and I've often had to see people with racing jackets getting on flights and go up to them and ask them if they're going to the racetrack, and then ask them for a lift and buy them a coffee for the pleasure of it.